Okay, getting ready for speech. I'm Charles Amandi.
Hello, world out there. This is Chef Johnson.
I've got two adult students here. If we can find them. Where are you guys?
Hey, how you doing? I'm
There you
Chef
go.
Johnson.
There we go. Greg. There's Greg. And over here we got
I'm Chef Jay
Floyd.
Johnson from New Orleans, the Cajun chef.
He's got-
Anybody need a chef out there? Holla.
twin. He's got a twin brother named Lloyd. His name is Floyd. That's hilarious, isn't it? Okay. We still recording on that other camera just in case we have failure?
It's on.
All right, great.
Oh, memory card's full.
Oh, really? Yeah. All right, so that ain't gonna happen. It's probably not a memory card. Okay, let it go. We'll just use this one.
You can delete some stuff off the
No problem. Okay, ready? Hi, I'm Chef Amundi, and I'm ready to get going on my speech. So here goes. Hi, I'm Chef Amundi. Do you guys know what the real 4 basic food groups are? Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, and chocolate truffles. That's right, there's 4 new food groups. Chocolate, food of the gods, probably one of the most romantic foods that there are. In fact, it's a food that virtually nobody dislikes, and very few people have an allergy towards. But you'd be surprised how many people don't really know much about chocolate, like where it comes from, or some of the fancy things that have spawned off of it, even inventions. So what I would like to do is give you my top 10 list of facts about chocolate. All right? Number 10. Let's see if we can get this on here. Cacahuete. Cacahuete. Doesn't sound like a great word, does it? Well, actually, the Aztecs back in the 1600s were the first ones to work with chocolate. In fact, they would take cocoa beans, take hot water, pour it over the beans, and use it as a drink. Now, the word caca actually means warm, and the word hauti means beans. So you got warm beans. And this was a drink that was a secret for hundreds of years. In fact, it made its way to France, and people would keep this a secret. Only royalty would drink this, so it's a very secretive thing. Unfortunately, though, that word cacahuete translates in a lot of Romance languages to mean feces. It's not a great thing, 'cause that's a different kind of chocolate. So, bet you didn't know that. Number 9, cacao. Cacao. You know, the cacao tree is the plant that these pods grow that contain these beans. But did you know that the cacao tree can only grow 20 degrees north and 20 degrees south of the equator? It's a very temperamental plant. It can only grow in those areas because it needs warmth and it needs shade. You need sun and shade, you need some humidity, but it doesn't like temperature fluctuation. So that's why it can only grow 20 degrees above and beyond. Most commonplace right now is in Africa. In fact, it's so temperamental that the first person that shipped cocoa beans accidentally spelled the wrong cacao, and he spelled it cocoa. So that's how we know this has to be cocoa today. Fact number 8, Dr. Baker. Did you know what the first food ever packaged in the United States was? It was all due to Dr. Baker. Dr. Baker was a druggist in Massachusetts back in 1780, and he had a general store. And you know, back then you sold all your foods in jars and things of that nature. You never really had any packaging. Nothing was packaged. So chocolate he had a problem with. You know, that doesn't keep well in a jar. You know that. So he actually came up with the design, packaged it. Baker's dark baking chocolate was one of the #1 sellers back then. Number 7, quantity. Quantity. How much chocolate do you eat a year? Would you be surprised to know the average American eats 22 pounds of chocolate a year? 22 pounds. But that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. You know why? Because in Switzerland, the Swiss eat 40 pounds a year. It's a lot of chocolate. Fact number 6, trick or treat. Do you want to take a guess as to what time of year we sell the most chocolate? Well, a lot of people think it's Valentine's Day. Most people think it's Valentine's Day because that's the day that you give chocolate. Well, Valentine's Day is actually third. We actually sell 60 million pounds of chocolate for the Valentine's Day area or holiday. That's followed in second place, well, ahead of in second place is Easter, where we sell 71 million pounds of chocolate at Easter. And number one is Halloween. At Halloween we sell a scary 91 million pounds of chocolate. Fact number 5. Heart attack. That's right, don't happen. Anyone who want to guess the one day a year, one day out of the calendar year that we sell the most chocolate in this country? One day. Glad you could guess. It's the day before Valentine's Day, February 13th. You know why? Because we all want to give our loved ones fresh chocolate. We don't want to take any risk in giving them stale chocolate on that particular day, right? Now, what do you think is the second most popular day to sell chocolate in the United States? Take a guess?
Anniversary.
No, one day of the year. The day after Valentine's Day, February 15th. You know why? Because we don't care about stale chocolate anymore. We love bargains. That's why. Number 4, Mars and Murray. Fact number 4. Speaking of chocolate sales, according to BusinessWeek.com, the number 1 candy bar sold in America is...
Hershey boy.
No, it's M&M's. Mars and Murray. They were the founders of the M&M Mars Company. That's right. But you're not far behind, because in third place is Milton Hershey's Hershey bar. You're exactly right. That came in third. And you know what? Milton Hershey had an employee who worked in the dairy farm. You know what his last name was? Reese. Ooh, does that sound familiar? That's right. He experimented with taking peanut butter, dipping it in Hershey's chocolate, and Mr. Hershey loved it so much they developed the Reese's peanut butter cup. That's how that came. Fact number 3. Baby formula. Baby formula? What's that got to do with chocolate? Well, you'd be surprised to know that a scientist by the name of Henry, you'll know this last name, Nestle. He was working on a substitute for breast milk, right? Because not everybody could make breast milk, or it was a pain to work with breast milk, so he said, I'm going to make a baby formula. And while he's working with this experiment of baby formula, do you know what he comes up with? He makes an invention. Some of the similar ingredients. White chocolate. He invents white chocolate. Exactly right. And technically, white chocolate's not really chocolate because it contains no chocolate liqueur or no chocolate mass. But we still call it white chocolate because we like that name. Fact number 2. Microwave oven. Did you know that back in World War II, there was an invention called a magnetron? Now this magnetron, what it would do, it would take microscopic waves, and it would bounce them off of things because they were trying to develop a radar detector so they could detect enemy coming in a lot sooner, okay? So when they were working, when the scientists were working on these rays in the lab, one scientist had a chocolate bar in his pocket. And do you know, by working with those rays, he found out that the chocolate bar melted. And they got the idea, hey, we can use these rays to make an oven, because it cooks food. And that's how the microwave oven was discovered. And finally, my number 1 fact, love. Did you know that chocolate contains 2 natural chemicals that affect your brain? You'd be happy to hear this one, Floyd. The first chemical is called tryptophan. And tryptophan, you know what tryptophan does when it hits your brain? Get you in the mood, Floyd. Get you in the mood. And then there's another chemical called phenylethamine. And phenylethamine tells the brain it's in love. So maybe you're eating too much chocolate, Floyd. From chocolate water to baby formula to microwaves to inventions to packaging to temperamental plants, chocolate. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Thank you. Oh, you got to get you back on tape so that you are still in the room. Can you see yourself?
I love chocolate.
Okay.
Wow. Au
How
revoir.
captivating was that, right?
Au revoir, madame.
Chef rocks.
Thank you. Let's hope I got it. Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Theobromine,
Great,
chef.
great chocolate.
Huh?
Wasn't it theobromine, chef? The low chemical in the brain?